Hey, this is Chad Peck from Kestrels and coming to you from rural Nova Scotia, Canada. And today I'm going to show you to play the song It's a Secret from our record Dream or Don't Dream. It came out in July on Darla. Check it out at darla.com or wherever you get your music. So I'll talk about the pedals and stuff in a bit. For the demonstration today, I'm going to use a 65 Jazzmaster. It's all original with the exception of the mastery bridge, and I think the neck was refinished at 1.2, but it's a cool guitar. Use it all the time. And I guess the guitar is mostly important for this song because of the tuning. As the only guitar player in the band, I'm always trying to get the biggest sound I can possibly get, and I love that challenge. And I usually find the answer through alternate tunings, and this is no exception. So for this song and a few songs in the record, I use this kind of strange tuning. It's D, A, D, E, A, C sharp. And I used it to great effect on a couple songs, including this one. So for the opening of the song and the breakdown, when you hear it, you can tell it's like pure My Bloody Valentine worship. I used to tour with a MIDI Verb 2, but I've moved since then to the Keeley Loomer, which has been a total lifesaver and space saver in the van and all those things. So I'm using it in the My Bloody Valentine setting, which is fuzz first, kind of on a dark sound, and reverb on the reverse setting with the blend 100% up, and the Chase Bliss mood after that as well, just to add a bit of ambience. The chord you're playing could not be simpler. In the opening, it's everything open except for the 7th fret on the D string, and then 5th fret on the E string in this case. And the eagle-eared will hear that is the same note, which is cool. They're kind of out of tune a little bit, which adds to the bigness of the sound, kind of the chorusing effect. So the opening of the song is just strumming that chord with the whammy bar in true shoegaze style. Super cool sound. That melted guitar sound just never gets old to me. In the breakdown, I just move that chord shape around sort of at random intervals to suit my purpose and my mood, I guess, and to create a little tension before going to the final part of the song. But yeah, that's how I do that live. The Keeley Loomer, total lifesaver, great sounding pedal. Then in the verses, there's kind of a movable chord shape with one extra chord thrown in. On the record, I used an 80s JTM 45 into a 70s Marshall cab with unknown speakers. And this is like the only time in my life I think I've ever played a guitar straight into an amp, honestly. But it kind of sounds like this. And the tuning here necessitates some different chord shapes. So the chord shape I came upon for this one's kind of movable shape is barring the low 3 strings. So 7th fret on the D string, 7th fret on the A string, 7th fret on the D string, and then 9th fret on the E string, which I guess is like the 3rd of the chord. It kind of makes that sound. And then leaving the bottom 2 strings open, so like this. For the first chord. The second chord is the same shape, just moved down 2 frets. So it's kind of a G, and you can hear the dissonance there, the C sharp and then the G are dissonant. It's a dissonant interval, so it creates kind of tension in a cool way, which I really like. And then the 3rd chord in the verse is open D, 5th fret A string, 4th fret D string, and then open again for everything else. So that's that for the 3rd chord. The rest of the verse, that same initial shape, 2nd fret, 7th fret, and then that kind of open D sound again. So that's the verse pattern. Basically, in the second verse, I would add the eventide H9 on a vibrato setting, just for a little bit of a different sound to keep people interested. Great pedal, total lifesaver live and in the studio as well. For the pre-chorus, using the Union tube and transistor Sauerbama. My friend John Agnello, who mixed our record, turned me on to this company, and they hooked me up with a couple pedals, which was fantastic. This thing sounds amazing in every position. Today I'm going to use it kind of in a low gain position. as a bit of tension building up to the chorus before we open up everything wide open. So it sounds like this. Really great sound. And the chord shape is kind of related to the verse, but a little bit of a modification. So you're barring the low 2 strings on the 9th fret this time, and then playing the 12th fret on the D string, and then everything else open. That's for the first chord. The second chord could not be simpler. It is just the 14th fret on the D string, and everything else is open. So it sounds like this. You play back and forth a few times. And then it ends on a E5 power chord down here before going to the chorus. So for the chorus, I'm using the Ren and Cuff Garbage Face, which is the Jay Mascis signature pedal. Jay played on our record on a song called Gray and Blue, so check that out. Two solos, double feature, I guess, on that song, which is pretty cool. Very kind of him. And Matt from Ren and Cuff asked me to write the manual for this pedal, which was an honor as well. So I'm using it for this song. It's a really aggressive, like full sound that I love. People seem to get kind of nervous about turning things all the way up, but that's generally where I start. So the Ren and Cuff sort of would come after the Union. So the Union sounds like this. And then the Ren and Cuff. So the pattern's super simple. Open. Second chord is 7th fret on the D and the A string, and everything else open. And then open again, everything. 7th fret, like before, and then down to the 2nd fret, the same shape. So 2nd fret on the D string and the A string, and everything else open. And that's almost it. There are 2 different tails to the chorus. The first 2 times it goes the shape from the pre-chorus, so barring on the 4th fret, 4th fret, and then the 7th fret on the D string with everything else open. So it sounds like this with the Ren and Cuff. Sounds like that. Second chord is the verse movable shape, so the 2nd fret, like that. And then for the first and second chorus, it slides back up to the 5th fret in that shape, which again kind of adds a little bit of tension. So it's the first 2 choruses. The final chorus, it does the F sharp shape here on the 4th fret, then the E shape, and then down to that D, a kind of open D thing. So that is how you play It's a Secret by my band Kestrels. Check it out. Thanks. Bye.